everyone. This is Kenny Dix for your viral preview on the viral preview this week. We talk about President Trump posting a insensitive post about the Obamas, and President Trump ain't gonna say sorry one bit. He doesn't want to face accountability for his own actions. He feels like he doesn't do nothing wrong, but at the end of the day, I guess the president feels like he's beneath everybody, and that's his own right and his own opinion. But a lot of people sparking outrage and backlash over the president for posting that insensitive tweet. We'll get to the latest when the president did to the Obamas on the next edition of Viral. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of Viral. We talk about President Trump posts a post about the Obamas, and it sparks backlash. We'll get to it in a minute, but first thing first, join in the conversation using the hashtag ViralHealConnect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribers can tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. Here on Viral, we talk about President Donald Trump went on his Truth Social and posted this pic of the Obamas like they were animals out of the jungle. He said it was a political circus, but a lot of people are sparking backlash against the president over that insensitive post that he wrote. Let's hear from our very own Bob Evans.
Tonight, a political firestorm is erupting after former President Donald Trump shared a controversial video involving Barack Obama that sparked immediate backlash across the country. The post spread quickly, drawing outrage from civil rights leaders, commentators, and even members of Trump's own party, who called the imagery offensive and unacceptable. Critics say it crossed a line, reigniting long-standing concerns about rhetoric and accountability in American politics. The White House initially downplayed the controversy, but as pressure mounted, the video was later removed. Trump, however, has refused to apologize, saying he did not believe he did anything wrong. Now, the moment has reopened broader conversations about race, political discourse, and how powerful figures use social media in a deeply divided nation. As reactions continue to pour in, one thing is clear. This story is about more than a post. It's about the impact of words, images, and influence at the highest level.
Thank you, Bob, for that insightful information. Bob Evans, always on the money, always on the go. The president is wrong. He should have took it down. He should have apologized. But knowing the president, he doesn't. He's stubborn. He's old. He doesn't want to do the right thing. It's like he always has some hidden agenda against the Obamas. And it's like, man, we get that you don't like the Obamas. We get that. And, you can disagree on certain political ideologies, but you don't have to go there deep and saying that it was somebody like a staffer. It was no staffer. It was you. Just admit it, man. You did it, but you don't want to own up to it. It's okay. But karma's going to come around and karma's going to hit you right where it hurts. He's just trying to use this as a way to use as a distraction because he was trying to do that with Venezuela. He was trying to do that with other stuff. And now the Obamas, he's just trying to distract away from what he was doing in his past. It's wrong. He should know better. He should take accountability, but he doesn't want to take accountability. Nobody around his circle doesn't want to take accountability. It's certain people in his party that was trying to tell him to take it down and own up and take responsibility. He doesn't want to do that. It is what it is, and he's going to get what's coming to him sooner rather than later. Let's hear what you people had to say. You people had a lot to say about President Trump posting about the Obamas right here, right now.
So the President of the United States, Donald Trump, posted this photo of Barack and Michelle Obama as monkeys on his Truth Social account. Is what everybody on the left and the mainstream media is saying, but is that really true? If you've known how the mainstream media works, then you already know the answer to this. No, that's not true. The actual story is that the president, at 11:30 p.m. last night, uploaded a video talking about elections. Now, this video about elections was screen recorded. It wasn't downloaded and attached. It was a screen record, and at the end of the video, you can see it autoplay. The next video and feed was Barack and Michelle as monkeys. Except that's not even the whole video of that. Here you can see it's just an AI video of a bunch of politicians as animals. But of course, this inconvenient truth didn't stop those on the left and even some elected Republican officials from condemning this racist attack. Although if we are being honest, it's a little bit hypocritical because Michelle Obama just a week ago was saying that she will avoid buying from white-owned businesses, and nobody seemed to care about that. Or when the white liberals in Minneapolis screamed the N-word at black ICE agents.
You're black! What? Nigga, you're next! You're next, nigga! What's you? What's your fucking mouth? I don't want shit! Fuck you! It's a shit! Fuck! Show me, bitch!
But of course, when have these people ever actually cared about the truth?
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain, I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints, money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague, we all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name, all our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be, living in a time where disease is on every screen, I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering, negativity is a plague.
President Trump just posted on social media a hideously racist image of President and First Lady Obama. It came in the midst of a wild social media jag where the president was re-truthing or truthing all sorts of stuff. It started last night at 10:26 p.m. and continued until midnight. There was a video of some deranged person confronting me at the Republican National Convention. I had my earbuds in, didn't hear what you had to say, but I guess President Trump thought that was newsworthy. There were some clips from CNN, ones that I guess he thinks are real and not fake because they suggest support for voter ID, a position he supports. But what was most disturbing, of course, was in the midst of one of the several fake, wrong, inaccurate, debunked videos he put out there about the 2020 election being stolen from him, which it was not, was this video of Michelle Obama and Barack Obama, the president and first lady, as apes with the Lion Sleeps Tonight music playing behind him. I can't get into his heart. I don't know if that was an accident or malicious or cruel or reckless or careless. All I know is putting out a picture like that, video like that of the president and First Lady Obama, depicting them as apes is disgusting and racist and definitely unpresidential.
You know, I actually agree with Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina that it's racist. I mean, the idea that anyone would post a video like that, let alone the president of the United States, someone who's supposed to find ways to bring us together, someone who's supposed to appeal to our better angels. This guy seems to always find a lower and lower common denominator. Here in Pennsylvania, we respect all people, no matter what they look like, where they come from, who they love, who they pray to, who they choose not to pray to. We don't scapegoat others, and we certainly don't peddle in racist videos and other racist statements like this president has made. He needs to do better, and I think the good people of Pennsylvania recognize that. You know, we're a Commonwealth that was founded by William Penn as a place that would be warm and welcoming for all. I take it very seriously, and I know the elected leaders take it very seriously here, that we be a place that is welcoming for all. And the president's conduct, once again, unfortunately, erodes that, but we're not going to let him win on that. We're going to appeal to our better angels. We're going to do the right thing here. We're not going to get sucked down into the depths that this president seems to reach for each day.
The White House yesterday morning was just dismissing all of this as fake outrage. They ought to have known that last October, a Republican party in Kentucky, a local Republican party, put that video out, long version of it, on their Facebook page, and it caused uproar, and they had to pull it down, and the head of that local Republican Party in Kentucky had to apologize. The second point that shouldn't be overlooked are the first 59 seconds of the video. Because they're all about Trump's obsession with trying to prove that the 2020 election was rigged, that he won it, not Joe Biden. It was some ludicrous academic effort to kind of persuade people that Joe Biden actually lost in 2020. So everything about this was shameful. This is not a one-off. His government, on numerous occasions, is embracing racist imagery, totalitarian tropes, and a general authoritarian approach that is all designed to undermine American democracy, and in the case of that video, to engage in an act of racism towards a former first couple.
Trump posted a photo of the Obamas as apes. Your motherfucking mama a monkey, nigga. That's why the loose skin under your chin look like a Thanksgiving turkey. Gobble, gobble, neck ass, nigga. Sucking on Bubba Dick on Epstein Island. And that's why your mail order wife, Flop-umentary, got a 10% on Rotten Tomatoes. You motherfuckers is untalented, unattractive, and unintelligent. And hey, let's keep it a buck. If you ever got in my fucking face talk about it's just politics, people are entitled to their opinion, you don't really think every Republican is a racist, do you? I do, yes, I do. I literally do. Because even if you're not posting black people as monkeys, the fact that you're okay with it for a fiscal or a religious reason means you have no concern for my humanity. They're not the only racists, but they're a guarantee. And all of this shit is a grand design. In the new Epstein files, Epstein sends Peter Thiel an email, excited about Brexit. He says, Brexit, this is just the beginning. Peter Thiel says, of what? Epstein is like a return to tribalism, the end of globalization. It's easier to buy something on its way to collapse than it is to find the next bargain. That shit just gave me chills. This is a clearly defined, orchestrated plan to push us into race-based, nationalist infight. Epstein literally laid this plan out to the founder of Palantir, the spy tech AI company powering ICE. They got all the ICE contracts. They're making crazy bread off of racism and fear, doing exactly as they plan, make us hate each other so they can profit from the collapse of society. And as far as the monkey image, I don't think enough people know that eugenics was a widely accepted science. It was basically the science of racism. They used false experiments to more or less show that Africans were closer to primates on the timeline of evolution and that Europeans were a more evolved, intelligent species. That's what Trump is doing with this image. I mean, that nigga is an ape, though. He sees it to this shit. It's like he's smart for an ape. But on a larger level, it's a global plan to incite conflict and profit from the chaos. And I feel like falling for it. I want to smack a motherfucker.
Mr. President, you frequently criticize Joe Biden for not knowing what is going on in his name. This racist video that was posted on
I know what's going on. I'm a lot better than you do. You don't know what's going on. I know what's going on. Now, Joe Biden didn't have a clue. But we know everything. And when you look at what's happening with our economy, we're way years ahead of schedule. We have thousands and thousands of businesses being built right now. So Joe Biden had no clue. If Joe Biden were elected or if Kamala were elected, we wouldn't have a country right now.
You won the election because of minority voters. Does this first maybe hurt Republicans with your black voters?
I think I was we did criminal justice reform. I did the historically black colleges and universities. I got them funded. Nobody has been, and that's why I got a tremendous, the highest vote with male black voters that they've seen in many, many decades. I've done great with them. Black voters have been great to me. I've been great to them. Black voters have been great to me. I've been great to them. And I am, by the way, the least racist president you've had in a long time, as far as I'm concerned. We have, I've had a great relationship. Think of what I've done. Criminal justice reform. Nobody else could do it. Obama couldn't do it. Nobody could do it. Clinton couldn't do it. They actually went the other way.
people didn't hold back one bit. You people let it be known that the president was wrong in the ear of his ways. He's stuck in his ways. He doesn't want to admit fault. It's going to come around and hurt him down the road, but he doesn't see it like that. And hopefully he gets come to Jesus moment one day and kind of realize all the wrong he's done in all his life. Thank you all for watching this edition of Viral. I've been your host, Kenny Dick, saying so long. We'll see you next time for another edition of Viral.